And China is here today. The very diminutive Liu Wei got a 9.125 on the vault.
Yeah, interesting. The Chinese never seem to send their top athlete. She was not part of the World Championship team. In fact, the last time we saw her was at the team event that we had in March. She only competed one event for the team.
It's always a big poker game for the Chinese. They never want to show their cards.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. She walked by me before this meet began, and I was like, there's no way that that little girl is actually competing in this meet. So tiny.
Of course, this is one of her strengths, the uneven bars, where all the Chinese excel. Struggling, though.
Oh,
not able to hit that handstand.
Yeah, she was supposed to go past just like that.
Repeats the move.
Cost her a little bit. And that's a long jump for her.
A little bit of a pause there. Yeah, we shouldn't see too high of a score. She's really had some struggles throughout this routine.
The landing was good, though. Liu Wei of China. Oh, those tenths will kill you. Jordan Yovchev gets a 9.675. That's why he had his arms up in the air. He knew it felt good. And the score for Liu Wei coming from the judges here in St. Petersburg, Florida, 9.2. I guess about what you expected, judging from your bobbing heads here, Tim and Ophi. And so Elise Ray maintains her lead, and it's 0.275 over Alana Slater of Australia, but they are 1-2. Tasha Schweikert is down in 4th place. And for the men, after rotation 3, Marian Dragulescu maintains his lead. Jordan Jovchev makes a strong move, only 62 thousandths of a point behind. Roethlisberger in 3rd place as he braces up for the vault, and that's coming up next for the men on NBC. We're back at the Bayfront Center Arena here on NBC Sports. The Visa American Cup Series trying to qualify today for the American Cup on February 26th is John Roethlisberger. He's getting set to vault. Let's go to Beth Rouillet.
Al, we're accustomed to seeing that brace on John's right knee, but you don't see any signs of the shin splints, which is the problem that really gives him chronic pain. That's a situation where the muscle pulls away from the shin bones, and he treats it actually with ice and massage. But when I asked him about it, he says, you know, it's bad, it's staying bad. Is he going to take any time off before the Olympics to heal it? No way. But other than floor, the event coming up, vault, is the one that aggravates that injury the most.
Obviously, with all the impacts and all the training, a lot can go wrong with your body in this sport. How about an injury update then? Blaine Wilson, the 3-time consecutive champion of the American Cup. After last year's World Championships, he had shoulder surgery. His co-champion last year here in St. Petersburg was Jenny Thompson. She, Vanessa Adler, and Kristen Maloney are all recovering from surgery. Meanwhile, how is Blaine Wilson doing?
Well, actually, he's the kind of guy that deals well with a deadline, and I think he's going to be ready for the American Cup. I think he'll be back.
Then there's Jason Gatson. At last year's U.S. Nationals, this happened. Oh, this is awful.
It's gone. It's gone.
He had torn his ACL, had major knee reconstruction surgery, was regarded as 1A on the men's team. How's he doing, Tim?
Well, from all the reports, he had some rough times, but is back on track now. The knee is still a little bit away, certainly, from the pounding of floor exercise and vault, but as you can see, he's in the gym. The one thing he's got going for him is his best events, where he's really natural, floor and vault. He'll be able to do that stuff last.
This is Jay Thornton at the first event in the Visa American Cup Series, sticking his landing off the parallel bars, good enough to set the bar for a number that's got to be beaten by somebody today if they want to advance to the American Cup, because Blaine Wilson has been given a bye again. So it's the best American male from the first 2 events advancing to the American Cup. Little complicated, but they did it to accommodate the man who is clearly the best American gymnast, and that is Blaine Wilson.
Yeah, no question about it. He should be in the Cup if he's ready. All the American athletes feel that way, as well as the international athletes. It's the American Cup. You should have your top American. No doubt about it. Blaine Wilson is that man, and a person who has worn that title himself many times is John Roethlisberger. He said he has given himself excuses and kind of outs for the past 3 years about letting Blaine Wilson beat him. He said, "It is time for no more excuses."
The men are halfway through their 6 rotations. All I can think about is call the surgeon, say thanks. It's amazing.
Just a one-shot deal for the men. This is a low start value, unfortunately, only a 9.4.
But vintage Roethlisberger right there. Most other gymnasts would have taken a step on that, but no way with John.
Again, start value means that if you nail it perfectly, that's the highest score you can get. So Roethlisberger gets 3/10 worth of a deduction, and we'll see what that does. He was in 3rd place coming into this rotation. Marian Dragulescu was in 1st place.
And yikes, what? This is unbelievable. I love
it when you get excited.
I am so excited right now. Saw this guy in training do this vault. This is going to blow you away. Handspring, double front half turn. Yikes!
Easy. We asked them what made the Romanians such great vaulters, and he just kind of shook his thighs and he goes, "We have powerful legs."
Oh my, this is unbelievable. The amount of power you need, and he does it easy.
He hardly even cowboys at the top.
Oh. I mean, there are many athletes in the world now that are doing that handspring 2.5 front, but it's always like they say a prayer at the end of the runway, and it's like, I just hope I survive.
Look at the score, 9.762. He is justly rewarded. Easily, that will keep him in the lead.
That vault alone makes him one of the major contenders to win a gold in Sydney.
All right, John Macready has had 2 scores in the 8s, a 9.2 and change. He wants to finish this day, obviously, much better than that.
Well, that's going to be tough for him on this event as well. The start value, the maximum he can receive for this vault is a 9.4 as well.
Yeah, he was hoping to do an upgraded vault. Got here, didn't feel right. Very clean, very nice. But as Elfie mentioned, 9.4 maximum. Landed a little bit off center there. That'll be an additional deduction.
You know what's hard when we talk about these gymnasts? John Macready's a great guy. He's got a fabulous personality. He's an outstanding gymnast. But everything is done, at least for me in my brain, in the context of how does this stack up for that big day that's coming in Sydney at the Olympic Games. That's what it's all about. It's all relative.
You hit that nail right on the head there, Al.
9.075 for Macready. Liu Dezhi, 8.9, 8.8. Another score in the 8s. That's very un-Chinese.
Yeah, but you know, it's I saw flashes of brilliance from this young man though in training. We've seen so many athletes come from China to the American Cup and just not really be prepared for the event, and I really thought, well, finally they got one that's going to do a great job. He should do a really powerful vault here. Very nicely done. You know, I can't even tell you what that is though, because it's really not in the book, because he does, it's kind of a hybrid. It's in between a handspring and a Sukahara or Kasamatsu vault. It's
nevertheless, they're giving him a 9.8 start value.
Yeah, it's definitely a 9.8 start value, but you saw that landing off to the side, steps outside of that line. That's another deduction.
He gets a 9.375. When we return to St. Petersburg, Florida, back to the women's battle, duel, rivalry, all that in one package. Elise Ray taking on Alana Slater of Australia. Her lead was just a matter of tenths. They've had a long break as the men have completed the vault, but they've taken it all in and prepare to go, and they'll do so in a moment.